In this video, we'll find the sum from n goes from 0 to infinity of 1 over 2n factorial. So e to the x is the sum from n goes from 0 to infinity of x to the n over n factorial. So e to the 1 is the sum from n equals 0 to infinity. Plug in x equals 1, so 1 to the n is 1 over n factorial. And if we plug in negative 1, we get e to the negative 1 is the sum from n equals 0 to infinity of negative 1 to the n over n factorial. So this sum, 1 over 2n factorial, is equal to the sum from n equals 0 to infinity of 1 over n factorial. But in this case, n has to be even. So an even sum, so let's say a sub n is a if n even, and b, a sub n, b sub n, if n odd. So this also means that a sub n is 1 plus negative 1 to the n over 2 times a, capital A of n, plus 1 minus negative 1 to the n over 2 times b of n. And so let's check it. Let's do a of 0. This will be 1 plus negative 1 to the 0 is 1 over 2 a sub n plus 1 minus negative 1 to the 0 over 2. That would just be 1 minus 1, which is 0. So this term goes away, so this would be 1 plus 1 over 2 is a sub n. A sub 1 is 1 minus 1 over 2 a sub n plus 1 minus negative 1 over 2 b sub n. 1 minus 1 is 0, and 1 minus negative 1 is 2 over 2 is b sub n. So this sum works. This is equivalent to the top sum. So if we only want the even part, we can just change it to the sum as n goes from 0 to infinity of 1 plus negative 1 to the n over 2 times 1 over n factorial. So this will be the sum as n goes from 0 to infinity. We're going to put the 1/2 in the front outside the sum. So this will be 1 over n factorial plus the sum as n goes from 0 to infinity of negative 1 to the n over n factorial. But this we found earlier to be e, and the other one is e to the negative 1. So this will just be e plus e to the negative 1 is 1 over e. So that is the answer to our sum, and that's the end of the video.